We just learned that no matter how well behaved you are, shit can and will always go wrong. Oh my god! Knowing how high the stakes were, we arrived on Horizon with a solid game plan and the most professional of demeanors we could muster, but alas, it mattered not.
Oh, don't let him get away!
Thousands ended up being kidnapped, and one of our closest allies now fears that we have gone clinically insane. So, business as usual. How about it, Spacefarers? Shall we keep things simple for this episode? I think so. It's about time that we checked in with Anderson and the Council anyway. Strap yourselves in, we're taking our Cerberus flag-bearing ship to the Citadel. If you made it through the intro, then congratulations, you have just stumbled across the best Mass Effect playthrough on the Citadel.
Miranda wants to see you, Commander.
Oh shush, Kelly, I know, I'm speaking with our fantastic viewers. Anyway, if this is your first time here, you have to treat yourself to the entire playlist, which you can access by clicking the link in the top right corner of your screen. Part 1 includes a full breakdown of this series, and also a sort of review of the Mass Effect trilogy, and how I was introduced to it. For those who are all caught up, let's continue.
Commander Shepard, enter the password and receive a free gift.
Though I am aware I am supposed to be recruiting someone here on the Citadel, this billboard is a little bit sus.
Got problems with collectors? Try Kasumi's credit services. Please tell me your password, Commander Shepard.
She knows full well who I am, and besides, I simply do not have the time for this. Cut the crap.
You know who I am, Kasumi. I'm not here to play games.
I heard you were hardcore, Shep, but I figured you'd be up for some intrigue. Kasumi Goto, at your service. But you apparently already knew that.
Well, you did kind of give yourself away.
Try Kasumi's credit services.
Or did you forget?
Has Cerberus filled you in on the mission?
Honestly, I'm shocked they didn't come to see me sooner. My fault for being hard to find, I guess.
What's with the password and the sneaking around? Are you in trouble or something?
I'm the best thief in the business, not the most famous. Need to watch my step to keep it that way. I also needed to make sure all this was legit. And I have no doubts now. You're the real Commander Shepard.
What makes you so sure?
There's a certain aura about you. Like you've seen things no one else has. Even without knowing what you looked like, I knew it was you.
What brought you to Cerberus?
That's a bit of a story. Short version, they were looking for me, so I trailed them to find out why. Turns out they were looking for someone to join you on an important mission, and were offering a serious signing bonus. I had a thing I needed help with, so I made them a deal. And here we are.
Oh, but of course, there's a deal.
I am shocked! Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
I assume this deal is something I should know about?
Yeah, I guess it slipped their minds. I'm looking for my old partner's gray box. A man named Donovan Hawk took it, and I'm planning to get it back.
What's this heist you're planning?
Not here, Shepard. You'll get a briefing when the time comes. I need time to nail down the details anyway. I've taken the liberty of getting you some evening wear, though. You want to look presentable.
That's a rude assumption that I don't already have any.
What do you know about Donovan Hawk?
Mr. Hawk is a well-respected businessman. Arms dealer, murderer, generally not a great guy. His mansion's famous for being hard to crack, but I have a way in, and I think you're gonna love it.
I doubt Hawk's the kind of guy who takes kindly to people sneaking into his house.
I always expect trouble. That's why you're here.
I assume a gray box is some kind of hardware?
It's a neural implant. Illegal in most places. Stores memories, thoughts, secret codes, illicit information. This one in particular belonged to my partner, Keiji Okuda. We worked together for a long time, before Hawk killed him.
Tell me about this former partner of yours.
His name was Keiji Okuda, the best hacker and entryman I've ever known. Unfortunately, he slipped up and made himself infamous. He stole something he shouldn't. He warned me it was bad, something that could spark interstellar war if it got out. That information got him killed.
What could he have found that's so bad?
He wouldn't say what it was, just that it was dangerous. He said if it got out, humanity would be in trouble. He encrypted it, wrapped it up in his own memories. To decode the information, you have to sift through all the time we spent together. Now those memories are all that's left of him.
I do see the reason why she would be willing to take the risk to get this thing back. Like, I read her loud and clear.
I can understand why you'd want to get it back.
Getting it back will be easier with your help, Shepard.
I mean, she isn't beating around the bush, she's being relatively forthright with this, and I do find her story touching. Even if we don't gain anything besides her loyalty, I think her candid approach is worthy of appreciation.
If that's what Cerberus promised you, we'll get it done.
It'll be fun. And if we're lucky, you won't even have to draw your gun. We should probably wrap this up. You look pretty silly standing there talking to an advertisement. See you on the ship, Shepard.
This applies to the headcanon Shepard and also for my personal first-time experience, but that is how you introduce a character. I was very smitten with her from the get-go.
Can I help you, sir?
It's been a couple of years since I passed through here. Security seems to have tightened a bit.
After the Geth attack, there was a review of security protocol. A few minor changes were made to reduce the risk of Geth infiltration. We apologize for the inconvenience.
You'd think a Geth would stand out.
Assumptions are dangerous. Be alert, be safe.
Thanks for your time.
Next.
It's a good thing we didn't bring Legion then. In fact, I kinda want to bring him now, just out of curiosity.
Figured they say something about our weapons.
Shut it down. What? Do you seriously think? Yeah, okay. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Our scanners are picking up false readings. They seem to think you're dead.
Well, I mean, technically I was, but what's with these other two options? Why the hell would I be a Karen to this poor guy? He's just doing his job.
I was listed as missing in action a couple of years ago.
Would you mind checking in with my captain? He can reinstate you in our system. He's just past the scanners on your right.
You'll have to make him scream a little. He's not gonna tell you everything just 'cause you ask.
Colonel Ty, is that you?
I know, sir.
If you don't have the stomach or you're worried about being reported, I can take care of it.
No, sir. I can handle it.
Michael Hogan, what a voice.
Yes, I see the problem already, Commander Shepard. My console says you're dead.
But you're not worried I'm some imposter claiming to be me?
We have the best screening equipment in the galaxy. Those scanners can sample DNA from skin flakes. Hell, if you have unregistered gene mods, they can even figure those out.
As much as I love the idea of having this added layer of being incognito, I feel like I better not. If that was my goal, then I would have just stayed away from the Citadel entirely.
Your sergeant said you could help with that.
Usually you'd have to go through the station security administration to reactivate your IDs. Then to customs and immigration to regain access to the Citadel itself, and probably a stop by the Treasury. Spending a year dead is a popular tax dodge. But I can see you're a busy man. So how about I just press this button right here, and we call it done?
Couldn't one of us or both of us get into trouble for that?
There's no way to fool the DNA scanners in that tunnel. You're you. Why wait in long lines and fill out a massive useless hard copy paperwork to get to the same place? The Council does everything by the book. They've had thousands of years to write it. Sometimes things need to get done without a committee vote.
Okay, well, I think that is a fair compromise. Just get it done, you know, no fuss. This Captain Bailey is a man after my own heart. Could we recruit him?
That'd be great.
Done. You're good to go. You should head up to the Presidium, though. The Council would probably like to know that one of their lost specters is still kicking.
Well, that is the reason we are here.
What's the easiest way to get to the Presidium from down here?
Head back through the security checkpoint and take a public shuttle.
And as mentioned, that is my plan. Thanks, Bailey.
I will. Having access to the Council and the Spectre's resources would be useful.
Yeah. The Council can get anything. Best thing about working CSEC is that any equipment, information, or money you need, you get. Anyway, something else you need? Or can I get back to work?
It looks like most of the damage from Sovereign's attack has been repaired.
The Presidium was pretty shot up. Of course, they fixed that first. All the wards got hit with debris when the ship exploded. Most of the damage was superficial, and the Keepers got things restored fast. Tasery Ward got the worst. A big chunk hit near the Dillanaga concert hall. They're still clearing wreckage and trying to get power restored.
Tell me about this place.
All the wards are more or less multicultural, but the other four are dominated by Asari, Turians, or Solarians. In Zakira, we've got major enclaves of Volus, Elcor, and Hanar. There's also a human commercial zone at Shinakiba. We've got a few Krogan walking around, and I think I saw a Quarian the other day.
Last time I was here, there were no human captains in CSEC.
The CSEC took a lot of casualties when the Geth boarded the Presidium. The Special Response Division was hard hit. They stopped turning their noses up at human resumes. They needed bodies in uniform, and we had the most experienced bodies.
I overheard your conversation. Make him scream a little?
This isn't the Presidium. All they have to worry about are protesters outside their free speech zones or someone's poodle crapping on the grass. Down here, we have drugs, organized crime, and murder. Policing a ward is like policing New York City. Sometimes you have to work outside the Council's rulebook.
CSEC has changed.
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
This meeting would be more productive if Udina was to join us.
My advisor is unavailable. As counselor, I represent the voice of humanity and the Alliance. Shepard will be here and... Oh, Commander. We were just talking about you.
It's like, what, 6-7 hours into the game, and this is only the third time someone has been this happy to see me? Fuck yeah, good to see you, old friend.
It's been a long time, Anderson. I hope the last couple of years have treated you right.
There have been some rough spots. It's good to have you back.
We've heard many rumors surrounding your unexpected return. Some of them are unsettling.
We called this meeting so you could explain your actions, Shepard. We owe you that much. After all, you saved our lives in the battle against Saren and his Geth.
Right. Yeah, are we really doing this? You, of course, meant to say Sovereign's Geth.
Saren wasn't the one commanding the Geth. It was the Reaper, Sovereign.
Ah yes, Reapers. The immortal race of sentient starships allegedly waiting in dark space. We have dismissed that claim.
Shepard, no one else encountered the hologram on Ilos that told you the truth about the Reapers. Only you and your crew ever spoke with Sovereign. I believe you. But without evidence from another source, the others think Saren was behind the Geth attacks.
All Shepards must have stomach ulcers.
Saren was an organic. The Geth would never accept him as their leader. They only followed him because he was Sovereign's agent.
Saren was a compelling and charismatic individual. He convinced the Geth the Reapers were real, just as he convinced you.
It was part of his plan to attack the Citadel. The Reapers are just a myth, one you insist on perpetuating.
We believe that you believe it, but that doesn't make it true.
Go back to Ilos and talk to Vigil. Or just look at what's left of Sovereign. It's obvious the technology is more advanced than ours.
The hologram on Ilos is no longer functional, and we have found nothing to suggest that Sovereign was not a Geth creation.
The Geth are capable of remarkable technological achievements. This is probably why Saren recruited them.
This Reaper theory proves just how fragile your mental state is. You have been manipulated by Cerberus and before them by Saren.
Hey, Joker, can you disconnect on these guys? Oh, fuck, we're on the Citadel. So they won't help me, and I'm going to call them out on it, because can you blame me? Everyone seems to have turned their back on me, and all of this is just...
bullshit?
I guess I'm on my own. Again.
We are in a difficult position, Shepard. You are working for Cerberus, an avowed enemy of the Council. This is treason, a capital offense.
That's too far. Shepard is a hero. I'm on this council too, and I won't let this whitewash continue.
Maybe there is a compromise. Not a public acknowledgement given your ties, but something to show peripheral support.
Shepard, if you keep a low profile and restrict your operations to the Terminus systems, the Council is willing to offer you reinstatement as a Spectre.
All things considered, that's actually kind of shocking.
What does that mean? Will I need to start filing reports?
That won't be necessary. This is a show of good faith on our part.
We cannot become involved in an investigation regarding the missing colonies in the Terminus systems, but Spectre reinstatement shows our support of you personally.
I find that this entire exchange, you've got plenty of justification to go Paragon or Renegade, depending on how you want to play, but I've kept every one of my responses neutral, and I think that's just simply how you can expect to get the best out of this. In fact, the text matches the tone perfectly. I guess that's all I can ask.
I accept your offer.
Good luck with your investigation, Shepard. We hope for a quick resolution and a quick end to your relationship with Cerberus.
Well, that went better than expected. You realize the Council's offer is just symbolic. They won't actually do anything.
And I do believe it is easier to make these kinds of choices in this setting. When we're not being fired upon constantly, internalizing my anger is much more doable. Therefore, I am far more likely to make this kind of mature decision.
Even if they don't help, I might as well stay on good terms.
True enough. Don't worry about the Council or the Alliance. I'll find some way to keep them off your back. Shouldn't be too hard. As long as you keep to the Terminus systems.
Anderson, we need to talk about... Shepard. What are you doing here?
How does this guy even still have a job? I was just making a point of how well I've been maintaining my composure, and Udina shows up?
I got a long list of people I didn't want to see, and your name is right at the top.
The feeling is mutual, believe me. Your return is a bureaucratic nightmare for us.
I invited Shepard here to speak with the Council. We just finished our meeting.
You what? Consular, do the words political shitstorm mean anything to you?
Relax. The meeting went fine, jeez. And what do you even do here anymore?
She doesn't even go here!
Either way, as much as I hate to say it, he is on our team.
The Council reinstated my Spectre status. They're just happy I'm staying out in the Terminus systems.
Yes, I could see how that arrangement works best for both sides. But you really shouldn't have taken a step like this without consulting with me first, Counselor.
I don't answer to you, Udina. Why don't you go to your office and think about that for a while?
Of course, Counselor. Good day to both of you.
Sorry about that. Udina's never gotten over the fact that I got the Council position instead of him. Sometimes I need to put him in his place.
Why don't you fire him? Yeah, everyone's thinking that.
What do you keep him around for?
He's got his uses. And if you want something done on the Citadel, he knows who can make it happen. Plus, he's always happy to attend all those formal diplomatic functions I can't be bothered with.
How long did it take to get this place back up to speed after the battle?
Still counting. The main areas of commerce and the most populated wards are complete. But estimates for total restoration are sitting around 5 years. The Keepers always surprise us, though. It's like our repairs are annoying. We'll put up an ugly new bulkhead, and in a few days, they've made it seamless. We never really thought of them as heavy lifters, and I have no idea where they get the resources. But we'd never get done without them.
I'm surprised no one can tell Sovereign isn't Geth technology. Didn't they examine the wreckage?
We don't have much to look at. Pieces of it rained all over the station. It was chaos, with who knows how many species combing the wards for their dead. We secured as much of it as we could. But between the Keepers and a whole lot of unauthorized salvage, there's no way to account for even half of that thing. Another reason why they don't want to acknowledge what Sovereign was.
Last I knew, we were still fighting holdouts.
Here and there. But they are increasingly disorganized. It's long since stopped being called a war. More like cleanup. Not that you can ever discount them. But we haven't had serious casualties for months. A civilian ship will spot an enclave and we send in a squad to clear it. They're not quite the boogeymen they used to be.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I wouldn't usually have Legion on the crew at this point. This is legitimately a piece of dialogue I have never seen, never used. I've never had the opportunity, so this is crazy. It's 2025 as of recording this, and I'm about to experience never-before-seen content from Mass Effect 2.
I've discovered that some Geth can be reasoned with.
I wouldn't make that part of your next pitch to the Council. You're fighting an uphill battle as it is.
Oh well, that was underwhelming. I thought we would make a bigger deal about it. But still.
Cade Nolenko was on Horizon. He said he was looking into Cerberus.
I know. I approved the mission. We had to find out if they were behind the missing colonists. I couldn't tell anyone without compromising the investigation. I'm sorry.
This is going to sound unfair, but...
I thought we were friends. Never expected you to go behind my back.
We didn't know about you at the time. And I wouldn't have told you if I did. What if the elusive man was manipulating you, lying to you? The report actually confirmed your story. I still don't trust Cerberus. But they were right about the collectors abducting the colonists. Unfortunately, Alenko didn't find anything to convince the Council that the Reapers are behind this. Or even that they exist.
What is going on with Shepard?
How have the last couple of years treated you?
Serving on the Council isn't how I plan to spend my twilight years. Sometimes it feels like I'm just beating my head against a wall. Knowing the truth about Sovereign is brutal. It's nightmare stuff. I can't blame others for not wanting to believe it, but I know how important it is. So I keep trying. Fighting the good fight, right?
This isn't a consequential piece of dialogue. Nothing can change, but God, you just wish you would say yes, hey?
Forget Udina and the Council. Join my crew and help me stop the Collectors.
I'm too old to go racing across the galaxy. Much as I complain, I've got an important job to do here. The front line. That's got to be yours.
I better go.
Of course, Shepard, I understand. I wish I could do more to help you. But if you ever want to talk, I'll be here. Just do me a favor and be careful. You can't trust Cerberus.
Yeah, but sooner or later you guys are all gonna have to realize you can trust me.
The Destiny Ascension has completed its 20-colony victory cruise. Council members aboard thanked Human Alliance soldiers for their efforts in repelling Saren's invasion 2 years ago.
See, that's all because I made the right choice and I saved the Council. I saved the Destiny Ascension. Well, let's go check in on our newest crew member.
People are talking out there, and I hear it all.
Well, that's not creepy at all, is it now?
I usually travel hidden away in cargo bays. It's nice to be able to look out a window for a change.
That is honestly really sad to hear, Kasumi. I'm glad that we could oblige.
Mess Sergeant Gardner might just be an evil genius. Emphasis on the evil. People think he's a bad cook on purpose, like he's trying to teach them a lesson. I think his ramen is okay, but it's really hard to ruin ramen. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
She's been on the ship 5 minutes and she's already tried his food. Should we call her Kasumi the Foodie? Also, like Zaid, it's kind of a shame she doesn't have any back and forth dialogue, but that is because she is DLC, so it is understandable. Thank you so much for watching. This was a little bit of an uneventful episode, but I think Shepard and crew deserved a little bit of downtime, considering what happened on Horizon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification icon for the next video. Keela Salai, my friends, and until next time.
I should go.